Jordan Peterson managed to get another viral tweet for all the wrong reasons. He posted this flyer which tells people not to use too much toilet paper. You don't need an arm's length of toilet paper to dry your hands. Use less and place what you use in the paper towel receptacle provided. It's compostable. Place all other waste in the garbage can. To which Jordan Peterson says, "Up yours, woke moralists. Tyranny is always petty, and petty tyranny will not save the right, so first of all, I love the up yours woke moralist thing, which I guess a lot of people memed it, but they memed it for the wrong reasons. They're not laughing with Jordan Peterson, they're laughing at him. Because the first time he said, "Up yours woke moralists, we'll see who cancels who," they can cancel you anytime. In fact, they are putting him in a struggle session over his psychological license. So that's why it's hilarious. Because he doesn't have any institutional power. And he's telling the people with institutional power, it's like, "Oh, we'll see who cancels who." It's like, okay. You know, it's like a peasant telling a noble, we'll see who's going to have the last laugh. It's like, dude. The second one is the way he picks his battles. So, there are so many other examples that you can give where companies, instead of trying to say that they're saving money or that they're greedy, they are putting all of these flyers and they're saying, "Oh, it's actually to save the planet." Like, for example, when I went in London, there was an entire escalator in a mall that was stopped and they were saying, "Oh, it's to save the energy and to save the planet." And I was thinking, yeah, maybe it's because the energy prices are quite high and you're trying to save cash, so you're hiding behind the skirt of environmentalism. You're a mall. You sell things that aren't environmental friendly. This is bullshit. Like, stop lying to people. Or in my hotel room, they would say, "Make sure that you unplug everything before leaving to save energy, save the planet." Again, I understand why the hotel does it, and it's definitely not to save the planet. So you do have like a lot of these virtue signaling things that are saying that, "Oh, we're for environmentalism," when in reality it's just corporations wanting to save money, or it's, in this case, a politician who wants to virtue signal that, "Oh, look how green our city is, remember not to use too much toilet paper." But my point is, like, you can pick the examples that are obvious and startling, not pick the ones that are petty. Again, like toilet paper. Who cares, right? And this is why he got a lot of backlash from people, and people are memeing him. Like, for example, employees must wash hands before returning to work. You must be this tall to ride. Up yours, woke moralists. Tyranny is always petty, and petty tyrants will not save the planet. People are comparing this with wartime, which, by the way, I do not think it's a accurate comparison. I'm going to make another video and discuss about that. But he managed to create another meme now. Like this one. You show something where a person is being minor inconvenienced, and it's like, "Oh, well, pettiness will not save the planet." Man, I miss the old Jordan Peterson. He wouldn't have made these mistakes. Because when you do public debate, when you try to persuade people of your point of view, it doesn't matter whether or not you're right. It doesn't matter whether or not your facts are having logic. It matters how you approach the public. The optics are important, okay? Unless you have institutional power. If you have institutional power, then they're not that important. But when you're trying to persuade people like, "Oh, look, these corporations, these institutions, they're hiding behind the skirt of environmentalism," which is what he's trying to do, you don't pick this particular example. He then goes on and says, "Why does this bother me? Because it's celebrated, it's everywhere, and people are willfully blind to it." Yeah, I agree with that, but like, pick a better example. Or if you want to go with this particular example, then articulate it better. For instance, I would have shown this picture on Twitter, and I would have said, "The problem that I have with these signs is that they're everywhere, and they assume ignorance from the viewer, but they also come across as incredibly condescending, and they are putting the blame on why the planet is dying on the average Joe. So basically, the reason things are going bad is because your mother uses too much toilet paper. When in reality, it's the wealthy, the people that attend COP20, the people that are going to these climate events at the UN that are polluting far more than people like you and I will be able to pollute in our lifetime. So while you have the moral busybodies flying around in their private jets or traveling around in their private yachts, lecturing us about how we need to make sacrifices, they are also insulting us with stuff like this, trying to make us feel bad and double take on how much toilet paper we are using. We are grown adults. We know exactly how much toilet paper is required. These types of signs, while seemingly innocuous and coming across as they're being done for good reasons, are actually very condescending. That would be a lot better way to articulate the situation than just to say, oh, this is tyranny, this is petty, because it comes across like you want to use more toilet paper, right? That doesn't make any sense. So if you're talking about tyranny, you need to talk about all of the signs, right? Like post a picture with many signs like this, where every aspect of your life is being questioned. Like, are you using too much toilet paper? Are you traveling more than you should? Are you doing this? Are you doing that, right? And that would create a different image to the public than just by posting this. And the main thing, again, is that it assumes ignorance on the viewer. Like, it assumes that you do not know how much toilet paper you need to use, but thankfully, the institution, which is a lot smarter, more educated, more compassionate, and more empathetic than you, because they want to save the planet while you want to kill it by using too much toilet paper, is going to lecture you, just like your mother, about how you need to behave in a public space. Because without that, you just don't know. Right? So without these institutions, we would return to savagery. We would use all the toilet paper. Like, that is the thing that upsets people about these messages. And you have to articulate it properly, because otherwise, you're going to get memed. And I'm pretty sure, like, this meme is going to remain for at least a couple of weeks. I'm going to run across it on Twitter from now on. Every time I want to make a video, it's like, oh god, another Jordan Peterson meme. But anyway, right, the reason I criticize Peterson is because I genuinely like his arguments, but recently I think he's dropping the ball a lot. And you may say, well, he's sparking a conversation. Yeah, I don't really believe in that leftist idea. It's like sparking a conversation is always good. It's like the cope that leftist activists use. It's the same thing with like bad publicity is good publicity. Like, no, bad publicity is bad publicity. Anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, consider giving it a super thanks. And I will see you in the comment section. Take care.